Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to the blindness of eternity. When last we left off, we were in part 8, or level 8, rather, of our dungeon beneath our citadel place. And we were close to finishing it, but we had already run over time, so we decided to just continue on later. So, now we're going to finish this place up. Let's see here. I want to check quick. Whoa! We have been in here for a while. We only have 1 day and 14 hours remaining. So,
no problem.
I think that once we finish this place up, we will head back upstairs, take a nap, and then go resolve the bandit thing. So let's bring the pup in here, say hello to a Dargul, and try to pull him over. And it looks like this guy might come alone. Okay, so we're going to need to bring everyone else forward. And we are going to just send in the people that can attack from range. Or not range, but from reach at any rate. Let's pop him over to number 2 here. Kind of pop this ability. So he's going to charm that guy, which is relatively meaningless. I'm actually going to bring Aldrea a bit closer. There we go. Reason for that. So I'm going to try to paralyze this guy. So we managed to paralyze him for 5 seconds. That's actually not long enough to be meaningful at all. So let's just...
Here's a lesson to be taught.
That's not good.
On your word.
Gotta pull him back, actually.
Following
Oh, shit!
your lead. Following your lead.
So she's under attack now, which is not what we would prefer. He's now badly injured. What is he casting? Combusting wounds. So who did he hit? Okay, we have
Sure.
badly wounded now. Let's try to paralyze him again. Get closer. 6 seconds of paralysis is enough to get her in there and deal some damage. There we go. Jesus. My party just goes after him. It's like, no, stop. Don't kill him. If you kill him, it'll be very bad for us. Okay, so 183 of these, which is not too shabby. And now we can head toward the next one. I did set this somewhere, right? Yeah, I did, okay.
Time to see and not be seen.
It's already been 5 minutes since I started. That's crazy. So, let's continue pulling these guys. We might have a substantially easier time pulling them now. Looks like not yet.
Hey.
Sure.
All right then.
Okay, so what I'm going to try to do,
Problem.
pull her back,
Got it.
but then I'm just going to have all these people just beat the ever-loving crap out of the Skeletal Ranger.
Thing isn't doing the job.
Okay, so this one's knocked down, and it is dead. As for him, pop him with Holy Radiance. And
Sacred
paralyze this guy for 5 seconds. That should be plenty of time to get the kills up. And it is. So we killed 2 Darghouls and a Skeletal Ranger there. More dead enemies.
May sailors made you.
Okay, so this guy is not far enough away.
Sailors made you.
These guys might be far enough away now, though.
Of course.
Let's bring him over.
Sailors made you.
So let's pop defense on him.
Here's a lesson to be taught.
Chop chop!
Yeah.
So she has plus 35 to hit against these things while her thing is active. 2 more of them dead, and we can just keep going. Hopefully take down
Sailors made
this guy coming along. Looks like this guy's coming alone.
Pharanthin!
All of his friends have given up hope. And I'm going to stealth and
Let's see what
start looking
lies
for
this-
traps around here. Here's a skeletal wizard. Is this a dead end? Wait, is this a dead end?
Sailors made you.
This looks like it's a dead end. Oh shit, are you attacking? God damn it. Nice. Prone for 8 seconds. Or 2.5 seconds. Whichever ends up being the case. So we're gonna stealth up.
Slowly now.
Ah no, there is a door here.
Would you look at this?
A garnet. No, this... Well, this... It looks like a door, but it isn't a door. Here's the master staircase. And... this appears to be a dead end. Gonna turn on fast mode. So we couldn't open this because we don't have the skill. We
This
can't
one's
open
down
this for the same reason. Let's take a look here. Okay. No, bad dog. Yeah, that's a problem. Basically, if you try to click on a target that's, or rather, you try to drag over
Got it.
something that's near a trap, you're gonna click on the trap instead of doing the click drag thing. So maybe I just didn't go far enough east. No, this is dead end. So we absolutely need more mechanical skill in order to get through. Oh right! I completely forgot about this. There was a group of friendly Darghouls standing around over here. We're gonna go say hi to them and see what is over here. There's probably some sort of boss in the middle of this chamber here. That is a lot of things. Center of this massive Adra structure, beneath the long shadow of the Titan's curled fingers, sits what appears to be a man. Unlike the slavering animalistic creatures you have encountered on this floor, this man is regally composed, lounging on a crooked stone throne, yet his gaze has a piercing, feverish quality. He watches you intently as you approach. What are you, then? One of theirs? Strange that you survived the planning stages. He speaks in fluid Angwithan, you note, though his voice is taut with strain. It must have been hard for them, those beggars, those cowards. But you won't go any further. No. You can go right on back to them, your masters. Let them feast on you instead. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Ah, you can understand him. Ask him everything. What an opportunity. The man looks startled but gives a short laugh. You understand. Look here. Even the foreigners speak our tongue now. Truly, we are an immortal people. But that only makes it all the more clear, you see. You must be with them. How have they kept you so whole? You are remarkably well preserved. Attempt to pass, and you will go screaming back to the void, puppet. I'm gonna go with who are you? Lord and master of this place. I should ask you the same. By all rights, you're trespassing, but then Great Father is long gone. Perhaps he won't mind. I'm gonna go with number 1. Ha! Good, very good. Yes, it's all mine now. No more of their screaming. No need for any more pointless demonstrations of power. Go on, then. Go barreling down into the deep if you like, if the beetles don't make a quick end of you first. Beetles? Voracious little devils. They're what caused this whole mess. You can kill one easily enough, but there's a great swarm of them chewing through the Adra. My Adra. There's only the arm now. In any case, they'll tear you apart just as easily as they do the crystals. More easily. Go number 1. Yes, I said you could have some answers. What is it? So, go with number 2. Oh, many things. Our home once, and before that a place of great deeds. Those fouled chambers in there were once the site of incredible discoveries. We were given the bulk of this floor. There was construction of all sorts, of course. For all our work here, of course, was Adnua's purposes. Think on it, a dozen sculptors carefully crafting a fingernail. Souls flung from their shells on the floors above and below, and all the while Idros fusses over a cuticle. Number 3. Why, we were preoccupied with matters of the soul. All of us were. Because Adnua was. But here we toiled to find the dividing line between life and death and crack it wide open. We were attempting to find a means of binding souls to their mortal vessels, preventing them from crossing the shroud. I say attempting. We found it, of course. A dozen minds set to a purpose. How could we not? The things we learned. What a glorious time. We could determine the precise manner in which a soul would crack and shatter, could carefully place a fragment from one into another. While our fellows wasted their efforts in phenomena like blights, we delved into the heart of the matter. There were certain gaps in our knowledge, of course. It was perhaps enthusiastic in my pursuits. I thought that if anyone should attempt a more personal approach to the tests, it should be me. and no amount of certainty will make the imbibing of poison a pleasant experience. Death is the ultimate test, you see. If the soul is flown, then you know you failed. Interesting. I'm going to go with number 4, I guess. Like what? Perhaps others follow in our steps. I have not had the opportunity to keep up with this state of magical study. He smiles thinly. So this guy's interesting. So he is someone who basically killed himself in order to test whether he was immortal, it looks like. And he seems to have been successful because he seems totally coherent. So I'm going to go with number 4, I guess. The big question, binding a soul to its body, was not, it turned out, very difficult. We were certain we'd found a kind of immortality. The body could be destroyed beyond repair, but anything less is quite survivable. I was eager to attempt it. My leg at the time pained me terribly, old war wound, and I had heard one subject describe a sense of distance from the pain inflicted upon them. They felt it, but it didn't matter to them, which would be a vast improvement. I remember the first moment, the relief. But we found that after some time the body would remember that it was, after all, dead. There's really no describing what it feels like to see your own fingers rotting away. The smell. We tried to revive the affected subjects with energy culled from their fellows, and it worked well enough. I was able to refine the spell work, keep myself and the others who joined me as hale as ever. Adnua wasn't terribly pleased with the distraction, but that turned out not to matter. The mob came and murdered him, and we were sealed in here with the rest of his tools. But we still had the Adra, you see. And enough souls housed in there to feed us for, well, as long as we wished. Interesting. And so, we had a time of it, we did. We were able to preserve the furniture over the years. We had little meetings in the grand chamber. What a nice little family we were, until it had to end. So what happened? Here? You mean with them? The Adra? All of it. That's a long tale and my patience is diminished with time. I'll tell you what happened recently. It was the Adra beetles. Oh, you wouldn't think it was something so small, so mundane, but they came swarming up from the lower reaches and started to feed upon the live Adra. We tried to fight them off, of course, but it was impossible. Kill 1 and 2 more are behind it. Something must have driven them up here. I don't know what. They all but amputated our Adra limb. Not enough to support all of us. Not us and the rooms, the tapestries, everything, but enough for me. None of the others knew the spells required. Their only part in it was simply to lie in their Adra coffins and be revived by me. So it was an obvious choice, wasn't it? No more of that, no more of anything. I swore I'd burn them all to kindling if they came near. Fortunately, you made that unnecessary. Let's see. I'm gonna go with number 7. None of us took such grand titles. The only master of this would be Adnua, our king. Our poor, grief-maddened king. Would he call himself such, I wonder? Adnua is dead. The mob would not have retreated without having killed him. But then, if we could preserve ourselves despite our deaths, then so perhaps could he. I am sure I considered the possibility once. When it had all come crashing down, if any man would prolong himself, it would be him. I wonder, was it he who drove the Adra beetles up here from below? Who stole our Adra source? Does he mourn his son yet, the mewling fool, that he would resent our feeding upon his statue? A possibility. After all this time, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm gonna go with number 8. Our great lord, a wise man in his day, until his son was lost. An accident, some small unfortunate turn of fate. You have come but a little way past the sealed chambers. You must know by now that Adnua did not take it well. This monument to his grief has outlasted him. But his madness provided opportunity, a promise of immortality for all of us. If it was found at the behest of a grieving father, what did it matter? He had a flock of devoted servants. Let's see. For we had to find the soul in question, to bring it back from whatever it had gone to house it somewhere suitable. And such discoveries have costs. Something the rabble didn't understand. So I'm going to go with number 1, I guess. Did you want a name? I forgot those ages ago. Who's gonna call me anything down here? There's me, and now there's just you. That's all that matters. I was entrusted with the tests we performed here, the foremost mind of our age. None could rival me for arcane power save Adnua himself, and perhaps some of his advisors. I'm gonna go with number 10. Very well, good to stretch the vocal cords, I have to say. I'll be going then. Give my regards to the dead when you see them. Okay. Honestly, I don't see any reason to, like, attack this guy. Aldrea isn't really aggressive enough that she would be like, oh my god, you're such a horrible monster, I must destroy you. He doesn't seem like a great guy, obviously, but right now all he's doing is chilling down here and feeding off of this Audra statue, which admittedly, sure, yeah, the statue's made out of souls or whatever, right? But these are trapped souls anyway. They're trapped eternally. So it's not like, or well, maybe not eternally, I don't even know. But it's not like he's changing the status quo at all by his existence here. So let's take a look.
Let's see what lies this way.
We have thick red rust veins of dead Audra worm their way through the statue's wrist and into the darkness beyond. Interesting. So basically he is killing the Audra. I understand now. So the Audra stores... We'll have to think about it as we learn more about the nature of Audra, which we really don't understand very well right now. Maybe we'll have to come back and kill him. But he's been here for centuries, at the least. So him sitting here for a few more days is not going to have any meaningful impact on anything. So let's take a look. I saw an Audra beetle just there. And it has moved away, but it's still here. So let's see if we can aggro just this one. I'm not sure if we succeeded or not. We'll pull the party back here. Okay.
Alright.
Let's get...
Then.
let's try to get at her up there.
Alright then.
Okay.
Let's burn this away. Fortacore!
Whoa! Get away! All of you. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this. This thing's taking forever to cast that spell. Wait, Death Guard? Oh my goodness! The Death Guard's aura is just interrupting this thing continually. So what does Terrified do? Give me a second. So Resolve and Dex are reduced by 4. So I don't know why this is chain interrupting him, but it is, so... we are going to just summon these. There we go, it got its spell off finally. Seems to still be trying to cast it. So it's trying to cast it again. I don't know why. I wouldn't have expected it to be able to cast it twice, but it most certainly did.
For the Republic, we're losing people.
That wasn't a person, that was just a worm. Okay, we need to move her out. Oh, you! That was hilarious. That was really
Yeah.
hilarious. So it used an AoE and pissed off the gigantic swarm.
All right then.
I think that that actually ended up being worse for me because I think that one of these guys used an AoE, but it was still really hilarious.
Hmm?
So let's see this. That was great.
Of course.
Let's pop forward a bit. And there's the staircase. And there's only a couple of Audra beetles left. I think that I'm going to pop the party over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try to get the Audra beetles to use an electric burst on my fox near the undead. I think it'll be easy enough to... Yeah! Look at that. That's what I like to see. Charge! That is a lot of... Oh, right! As long as I'm not in the fight, they're going to be regenerating. Good job. Okay, so... I don't know if we could have done that for the entire place, but it certainly makes these Audra beetles a little easier to deal with.
Hello? Hello?
Let's save the game, now that we've killed those. We wouldn't have wanted to do that for all of them, because we wanted to get the vampire things into our thing and that other business. Looks like we have unlocked the way down, which is nice. Yeah, this guy isn't terribly hostile, so I'm not that concerned. With him. Let's go up to here, and we're going to take a nap and then resolve the bandit attack, and that should be really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. Let's take a look. 1 day, 2 hours remaining. So we have plenty of time to take our nap and then continue. One other thing that's nice is that as long as that guy is down there, we should be in a position here where the what's the word? The enemies that are deeper will not be able to sort of approach and try to come up after us. So that's good. It's time to take a nap. We will get our Woodlands Trails bonus again, because increasing our constitution is just very useful for us. And we are halfway done. 30 minutes. So, a wealthy noble by the name of Lord Sidrock
Yeah.
has arrived at the stronghold. So we now have 2 prestigious visitors. He leaves in 8 days. So let's save this and click on Manual Resolve and find out what that does. Seems that it teleports me there. I don't want to go back down into the depths because I'm concerned that I'm not going to be able to get down there and then get back up in time. So it looks like this just puts me into a fight. We have 2 mages. We have a rogue. We have probably a barbarian and another rogue. I don't see any archers or any ranged users, so we can pull these people back.
Eh?
Hey.
This person is going to die very quickly, but maybe not quite as quickly as I'd like. So let's pop his defenses. And we're going to have him continue to fight here, while these ones go over here. Whoa! That was an insta-gib. That's pretty cool. And there we go.
Sure.
So I don't know what happened there. I think that we lost some people. So there's one pile here, but that's it. Fine Scepter, Fine Robe, Blood-Soaked Grimoire. Let's just dump them all here. And that's it, I guess. So we killed them. We didn't get any experience. Okay, so that didn't take any time, it looks like. Because we had another 20 hours, I think, and he would have left at the same time that it was finishing. So we have 1 day and 16 hours. We seem to have lost all of our hired people. So I guess we'll rehire them. Skirmish Archer. Alright.
Yeah.
We will save the game. And since that... I'm curious, like, how this works. I'm gonna pop into my thing over here. Whew. And check on what crafting ingredients and other stuff that we've gotten in our treasury. I think I'm just going to loot all the stuff in the treasury because I think that I don't need stuff in the treasury. I think that I was just... Whoa. Adra Eniox. Not currency in the traditional sense, Eniox are awarded to Glanfathans for notable deeds. They are palm-sized, intricately carved discs of Adra that commemorate the deeds of the recipient. So these are each worth 18 copper. 13 Barret spells. That's good. We unfortunately haven't gotten any of the stuff to make fine stuff. That's okay. Let's take a look here. We have how much money? We have 30,000. So let's see how much we have after this. 33,000.
Eh?
Not too bad. I'm gonna talk to the thing here. It seems your fame is spreading, my lady. I have heard travelers speaking of your accomplishments in Defiance Bay. Really? How? If you'll forgive me for saying so, it's a relief to find the keep in the command of someone so connected to the world. So easy to let things fall by the wayside. So how... I have to say, my lady, you've done an impressive job of restoring the keep's defenses. I don't think a mouse could sneak past the walls. Well, on to business. Indeed.
Hmm.
So, Seedrock's up. So you've done quite well with the place. A little more gilding on the pillars, perhaps, some marble. So our keep is coming along nicely. I kind of feel like the game has just what's the word? There's a word that you use. I think it starts with X. I simply do not remember. Now, do we want to continue through Caed Nua, or do we want to go... or Odd Nua, rather. See, we found an arm, we found a head. Yeah, there's maybe 15. I don't think there's 20. So we found both the arms. That's useful, at least. I don't know. I think that for now we're going to do some of the actual quests in the game, because... you know what? Screw it. We're going to go and see if we can find any more sealed doors. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm enjoying this, just this descent. We don't really get much experience in here, and we honestly don't get a lot in general here. We do get some equipment and stuff like that, but not a lot, especially since we can't loot any of the chests. So that is actually an argument in favor of just getting out of here, is the fact that we can't actually pick the locks and disarm the traps. So,
Time to see and not be seen.
we will see what's down here. So, the Adra has turned to a dull shape of crimson. Entire sections of it have crumbled away from the walls and the ceiling. So there's Adra beetles here. That is not just a solo one, so we don't want to fight it quite yet. This could be dangerous.
Sure.
I don't know if we have multiple on us right now. Looks like we do not. So let's just try and take this one out. Nope, we failed to knock it over. Twice. That's bad. Let's try and paralyze him. Or he'll just die before I manage to get it off, and before he manages to get his business off. So we're going to save this. And there was another Adra beetle over there.
Let's see what lies this way.
Hopefully this isn't a place that's as trap-centric. Oh, a bunch of ooze. So let's see. There's this one, which is a swamp slime, disease pudding, and an Adra beetle and a stone beetle. So there's some ooze there.
No problem.
I'm going to send in the pup and see if the pup can aggro just the ooze. Definitely not. I saw the beetle turn around. Oh, that's just a stone beetle. That's not very concerning at all. The stone beetle is just gonna get torn to shreds. Ouch. So, stone beetle's down. And who knows, maybe this place will just be a bunch of beetles and slimes and stuff like that. One thing that I do find curious is I'm very interested to know when you're supposed to face your first Audra beetle. I have a suspicion that you're supposed to face your first Audra beetle in the place that we just were.
Sure.
Because the guy makes specific reference to the Audra beetles as if they're really tough or something. But, you know, we faced our first Audra beetles, I think, on level 4, maybe 5. I don't think it was as deep as 5. I think it was like level 3 or 4. So, we started fighting Audra beetles really very early in this place. And now we're fighting them by the swarm. So we'll see how far these chase. Oh right, the burrowers. Forgot about that burrow stuff. The burrowing is actually very useful for me because it makes them more prone to splitting apart from the other enemies. Okay, this one is actually split apart, it looks like. Oh good. So it's gonna teleport right over here. And then we're gonna beat it up.
Yes?
So this thing's prone. And it's dead. Run, run, run. Okay, so this thing's used its electric blast. Let's go ahead and do this. Flank, right? Yeah. There we go. Should go down before it kills anybody. And that would be a yes. Cool. So, Audra beetle down, and we can continue exploring this place. I feel like this place would have a more coherent difficulty spread, if not for the fact that we are on the hardest difficulty. I think that because of the fact that you start facing much more powerful versions much earlier, it dramatically changes the difficulty curve of the game. That looks like a place that we do not want to enter. That is like a messed up torture chamber. Okay, so... Yikes. Oh, whoops. Let's not send her in first, let's send in the pup. I have more room to kite if I go this way, so that's why I'm going around this way. I should be able to get this guy solo, and we just did. Wow. Goodbye. 240 experience for that disease pudding. That's pretty good. It's not bad at all. It really is. It's terrible. All of the experience gains that you get in this game for killing enemies are just atrociously weak. It just takes forever to level up from killing enemies. Because there just isn't enough variety. I do overall agree with and like the idea of only getting a limited amount of experience for a given type of enemy before it just ceases to be
Got it. Let's go.
valuable. I do like that overall. I just feel like it's a little. There's a lot of enemies that you face, so I think that they should potentially have made the amount of experience that you get for each enemy a little higher. Just because I feel like I don't really get any chance to begin leveling until I do my next set of quests. That thing was just interrupted by the electrical blast from the other one.
No problem.
It's kind of cool. So this thing's on its butt. Let's see if we can paralyze it. Yep. And the stone beetle's dead. No resource lost there. Continue on. Okay, so this thing is casting a spell. I don't know if the other one has... It looks like the other one has lost track, so we're gonna just charge.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a lot of damage actually. Itamok tore this thing up. Unfortunately, Itamok then got torn up. Fortunately, this guy is now attacking Aldrea as well. I don't like that a bit. I'm just gonna pop defensive stuff. Do the best I can. There we go. It's dead. Whew. Okay, so I think there's only one more Audra Beetle in there. I definitely see what that guy means about them being endless. Endless quantities of Audra Beetles. Whoa, okay, so I clearly misjudged how many we're going to be in here. Oh sure, there should only be one left, right? Whoa. I mean, it's been so long.
Sure.
I don't know what he's casting at. Yep, okay. Oh, okay. She goes down so fast. Yikes. Oh, this poor girl. Just getting torn up. Okay, so we have some ooze in here to deal with, along with a bunch more beetles. So the question here becomes...
Sure.
Can we kill this thing without the others aggroing? The answer seems to be yes.
Following your lead.
Easy peasy. Okay, Tmok, let's go. Just one more, and we will be down just to beetles. And it looks like we're going to be facing off with a Banshee soon. Don't want her going in first, actually. Guess we'll just have to live. There we go. If you just keep them on the ground, it doesn't matter much. So, stone beetles down. Let's grab the next thing. Oh, good. You are all alone,
No
my
problem.
friend.
Varanthus!
Okay, so let's do this.
Eh?
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this.
Okay, let's try and paralyze it. It's paralyzed for 10 seconds. That should be plenty of time to kill it. Unless it's not paralyzed at all, in which case that'll suck. Okay. Hydra Beetle's dead. Save the game. And let's see what's in here. One Hydra Beetle, one diseased pudding, or not diseased pudding, swamp slime? We need to get the Hydra Beetle ahead of the slime. Never mind, we're fine. That worked. That worked plenty well. So it's prone and it's gonna die before it gets up. There we go. Yeah, the gear upgrades paths seem pretty slow in this game. Like, you do not upgrade
Point
your
the way.
equipment very quickly here. It's very much little by little. This is prone for 5 seconds. And no chance. Save this, and we can start heading into the next area.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea,
Or not.
which is
11
not
mechanics
very quiet.
and 12 lockpicks, or 12 mechanics. I don't think I could have that much mechanical skill, even if I put every single point into mechanics at this point in the game. So, I'm going to send the dog in and see what happens when he steps on the floor here. Ah, okay, so every time you take a step, you take some damage. So you're just supposed to go through here slowly, I guess?
Sure.
I'm gonna try her, because she has the kind of health that I'm looking for. So there's a cage here. I want to see if there's some way to deactivate the trap before I send everyone through. Okay, this seems too small to fit a door's lock. Danulia. One-handed spear, +5 accuracy with +8 accuracy and 1.3 times damage. And of speed, so increased attack speed. Spears like this one are found scattered around the Eastern Reach, typically unearthed in expeditions or heavy rains. They're thought to have been the weapon of choice of a fallen military state, though their origins have not been traced to any particular culture of the period. They tend to fetch favorable prices on the black market for the unusual combination of traits. Light yet durable, with tips that show no signs of having dulled over the long years. They are prized among soldiers for the quickness they lend to one's strikes. The two sockets carved along the length make this particular spear unique, and suggest there was once more to this weapon. Interesting. So this is already a really good weapon, and
I'm ready.
it has the look to it that would imply that it's upgradable.
Ah,
So she's taking a
I'm
boatload of
ready.
damage here.
good.
Oh, so that gives me a key to this. A key made entirely of Audra with a copper case around it. So we have the key to the next room. Can we open this? The old copper key? I can't even check whether I can or not. So, oh god. Takes so much damage moving around this place. I'm just gonna open this and see what's around. Is there a way? Yikes! Okay, so we do have a Banshee in that room. So, what are these? Crystal Eaters. Lovely. Okay, that sounds unpleasant. Crystal Eater spiders. Okay, I'm starting to feel like my mechanics has fallen so far behind where I am in the game that I really need to just start getting my mechanical skill up. And I think I'm gonna go level up before I try to continue any further into this dungeon. I do not want to bring my entire party across here because I do not know whether there's going to be a key in here that will allow me to come back. It's slightly suicidal to start fighting on the other end of a death trap like that. So I'm just going to head back upstairs. We're starting to run into some really scary stuff. I'm not even going to try it. It's just too scary for me right now. And, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the time. So, next time we will continue with the story, or continue with quests outside at any rate, and we're just going to start exploring more of the maps and doing stuff like that. We may go after the cave where we found those drakes, But I suspect not, because I want to complete some actual quests, because that's what gives me the real experience, not killing powerful enemies, but getting quests complete. So thank you everyone for watching. It's been a pleasure to stream for you guys today, and I'll see you again next time.